So I mean, like, Muse is one of the only bands I've also seen live as well.
Bradio, they had such amazing hair. Look at that.
Dude, Lizzie Bradio's got the best.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Michael Jackson's running for his money.
Honestly,
That fucking afro.
like this is like the early days of Bradio as well. Bradio, like his afro, like now is like
insanity.
fucking massive.
Huge,
You know,
yeah.
like,
Insanity.
it's huge. So yeah, I mean, I've also seen Bradio live as well. I mean, like the reason I put Bradio up there is because I discovered Bradio with Sydney during like a really tough and time in like our lives when like I was living in London working for the BBC and like every day was like depressing as shit, of course, you know, especially with like the commute that I had. Right. But for some reason, no matter how down my day was, I put on a Bradio song and I am instantly happy. Like for just like that 5 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever, I could just feel glad and happy for a second.
Is it bad? I can't remember which songs they've done. Which animes
they did Death
done?
Parade open.
That's it. That's the. I thought it was them.
Yeah,
I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to look like an asshole.
Yeah. Put your hands up.
That song does go hard.
Yeah, I mean, like,
goes so hard.
It was not only that song, but I remember what really sold me on Bradio was first time I heard that song. Of course, it was a banger. Everyone heard the Death Parade opening and they knew it was a banger, but it was actually their music video, right? Because if you see their music video, it's just like 4 dudes having fun with the green screen, and it's like got such a charm to it, right? Yeah. Because they do this a lot with some of their music videos where they're just like taking the piss and like trying to either replicate this anime opening, because what they did in this music video was they tried to replicate the anime opening of Death Parade just with a shitty green screen and 4 of them. And it was just like using like, you know, very basic cosplay and a green screen and makeup and all this stuff. And it's got such a charm to them because it just shows that it just feels like it's 4 dudes having fun, having a fucking blast, and not really giving a shit about what the world thinks about them, you know?
My other favorite music video by them is Golden Liar.
Oh,
like where they're just like, it's literally just like them on stage, and they're just fucking having the time of their life. And it's such a good song, and it's such a good music video. It's so fun.
Such a good bass line as well. It's like the funk in that bass line. Oh,
so good, so funky.
I want to listen to them more.
Yeah, you should. I feel like you'd like them. Because
honestly, like the rest of their like discography is like nothing but bangers. Like I haven't heard a bad Bradio song.
Yeah. Before we move on from Muse, though, I have a funny story, or not a funny story, because like I remember when I saw them live, it was in Thailand, right? And like they
went to Thailand.
No, that's the thing, right? So it was when I was living in Thailand,
right?
And it was so fucking random because I'd gone my entire life being a massive Muse fan, living in England, you know, and just never getting the chance to fucking see them at all because they never performed when I was in England. And so like the first time in my life that I actually got to see them perform was in Bangkok, Thailand. Like what the fuck, right? So I remember like I remember thinking Is this real? This is so surreal that I'm going to be able to see Muse in Thailand. Out of all the places in the world I could see Muse. So I remember going to this concert where dragging Sydney along because of course, even though she wasn't as big of a Muse fan as I was, I needed someone to go with me. Yeah. And so I remember like this was like the highlight of my month because I'm like, fuck me, man. I get to see Muse. I get to fucking see Muse. And I remember going to the concert, and I remember going to the stage and just like eagerly excited for them to come on. And I remember the first band that came on was a band called The Ruse. The Ruse. Okay. So that's RUSE. Right? So I forgot that they needed a supporting band. Right? Of course, like so my first thought was, have we just gone to the wrong fucking concert? Is this a Muse concert?
Or is this a Ruse concert?
like what? Is this like the Thai knockoff of the Muse? What's going on? And then they start playing. And I'm like, okay, maybe they're just going to play one song. And then they play the second song. I'm like, okay, maybe they're going to play 2 songs. And then Muse is going to come on. They play 5 songs. And after the 4th song, I'm just like, have I made a terrible mistake? And we've just come to Bangkok, Thailand to see The Ruse.
Oh no!
Did they end up coming on?
But they did end up coming on. But like, I was just like, I just remember thinking, at first I was like, you know, maybe it's a sporting band, and then like 4 songs later, I really hope I didn't just spend all this money to see a fucking knockoff Muse band, man.
You got duped by the Ruse.
Did they do that on purpose? They have the Ruse supporting the Muse?
Maybe.
Probably.
You must have done
They
that
must.
on
They
purpose.
must have chosen them on purpose,
Lord.
right? There's no fucking way.
You could be a supporting artist. Just change your name.
Yeah.
Change your name to the Ruse. No reason why. Just do it.
Yeah, but
Don't copy my homework too hard.
I would be bricking it if I got there and they're like, welcome, the Ruse. I'm like, check the ticket right now. Check it right now.
I literally I literally had to go outside just to check that the main poster said Muse. Like I was coming in to see Muse perform. I go outside and it's like, yes, it is Muse. Go back in, still the Ruse. I was like, maybe they made a mistake out front on the. maybe they got the letters wrong. I don't know.
I would be bricking it. I'd be bricking
I mean, I've seen enough knockoff things in Southeast Asia to be like, maybe they just pretended to be Muse this entire time.
It's the Thai version of Muse.
Yeah, right.
That'd be so funny.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I saw them live and they were absolutely
So
fucking
jealous.
incredible.
I'm shocked you put the Killers on here. Do you like more than the one song?
Do you like more than Mr. Brightside?
Yes.
Ruby?
That's
That's
Kaiser
Kaiser
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Oh yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That's how little I know about the Killers.
Yeah.
They
Okay,
sound so
To
similar
be
to,
honest,
other.
to be honest, I only know Mr. Brightside.
Do they
as well.
have any other songs?
Yeah, they have Mr. Brightside.
Apparently, their latest album's really good. That one that
haven't-
came out
I
like
actually- I
last year, I think.
I actually haven't heard that latest album
Yeah.
yet.
Wait, so why are they on the list,
Huh?
Garnt?
Why are they on the list? Because I think like the Killers was my university life, right? My university
Yeah.
life. I was actually like already into the Killers before like Mr. Brightside came to like take over the UK scene.
You were fans before they were popular.
Well, kind of, but like they also really just exploded onto the UK scene with Somebody Told Me. That was like the
Oh,
first song
yeah,
that
that was a
really
good one.
exploded,
Yeah.
and like I was already into indie rock at the time, and for the longest time I thought they were a British rock band.
Everyone
Like,
does.
Yeah.
They're like a Mormon Americans, though.
Yeah. So like for the longest time, I thought that they were a British rock band the same way as like Arctic Monkeys were, and and a lot of other British indie bands.
Yeah.
Because they came out in that time. But I didn't know they were from America. But they were like the one indie band that I listened to still throughout university. Because the reason I stopped listening to a lot of indie music is because my band broke up because we all went to university. Right. But I mean, I listened to the Killers and I don't know which album is which songs, but I know I listened to a lot of. See, I'm drawing a fucking blank right now.
Yeah.
I just know I've listened to a lot of Killers, and the reason it's on here is not only because I listened to them a lot in university, but it's also the first band that me and Sydney bonded over.
Oh.
So,
Cute.
I'm okay. So Sydney likes to quote a lot of songs to like a lot of people that she hung out with, right? And apparently she told me that the only time someone had completed a song lyric that she had quoted instead of just being like, Sydney, what the fuck are you talking about? Was when she quoted the Killers to me via text, and she just randomly said,
Somebody told me.
not somebody told me, I got soul. And I'd reply
Yeah.
back, fuck. Oh man,
I replied back, fuck, and she was like, oh my god, you're the one. Garnt's like, what?
The absolute irony.
fuck me. I'm drawing a fucking blank right now. What's
It's like, I got soul, and then you're
so
just like,
I'm not a soldier. Is that the
Excuse me?
line? Is that the line? This is like me trying to remember lyrics, right?
I think it is,
Because
I
I'm
got
just
soul,
like
so I'm not a
so
soldier.
I
I
got
think it
soul,
is.
so
Yeah.
I'm not a soldier, or something like that. This okay. Like I said, I don't listen to lyrics. Like I just know.
But you managed to quote back that one?
yeah.
Huh?
That's the one line he managed to quote back.
Yeah, that's the one line I managed to quote back,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Whoa, you're a Killers fan?
You're the one.
you are the one. You are the first
You
person."
took
to
a
quote me."
very big gamble replying with that. You could have looked like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You'd been like, what's wrong with Garnt? He just said he's not a soldier or something. It's really bizarre.
Yeah, but so the Killers holds a very, a very deep place in my heart. Not only because I listen to the Killers and I am reminded of university life, but also because it's part of the reason that I met and bonded with my partner that I'm with now.
Cute.
So, and I also saw them live in Bangkok, Thailand as well. It's so weird.
We saw the drillers live in Bangkok. It was just a construction team.
Supporting act, the fillers.
We saw the drillers. Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing them live, and the first song that they played was Mr. Brightside. And obviously, Mr. Brightside is the song that everyone knows, right? And I remember it was such a surreal experience just hearing a song that I'd listened to so much in my childhood, right? And it was almost like a weird out of fucking body experience, right? Where I had this song that meant so much to me when at one point in my life, and I saw them now at the age of like 25, 26 or something like that, like way later. And it just like a wave of just like, it was so surreal because it was like a wave of like memories and nostalgia, but also like me living in the moment. It's so weird to describe because just hearing them live and hearing like, it was like my life had like built up to this one moment, you know? I don't know. Beautiful. because I'd never seen a band that I loved so much as a kid, later in life until that one moment. So it was just such an incredible moment for me. I will never forget hearing Mr. Brightside for the first time live.